When a socially awkward guy tries to ask his neighbor out on a date, he has no idea that beneath that beautiful exterior is a monster waiting to attack. This short film is called We Die Alone, and the ending is so fucked up. Aiden's not the best at communicating. It's why he constantly stands up the dates he meets online. At the same time, he craves companionship. It's why instead of going on the dates, he'll tape their photos to a busted mannequin and have a mock date in his living room alone instead. But that all changes when he meets his new neighbor, Chelsea. Not only is she gorgeous, but they seem to have a bit in common. Eventually, Aiden works up the courage to ask Chelsea out, and he's shocked when she agrees to come over one night. So finally, he cleans the apartment, he orders some pizza, he puts on a collared shirt. This is the most he's ever done. It's a very big deal to him. Finally, Chelsea arrives, and when they get to chatting, Aiden realizes that maybe he misread the signs of a budding connection. Chelsea tells him that she's not looking to meet anyone. She doesn't really believe in love or forming connections, and she thinks men are only interested in spreading their seed. This whole thing is turning into a big mess real fast. But Aiden's hopeful he can turn this all around by telling Chelsea the very thing he's been practicing every day in the mirror. She's beautiful, and he really thinks they have a connection. And yeah, it's sweet, but then he tries to kiss her, and this freaks her out. So she tries to leave, but when Aiden grabs her hand, begging to explain himself, Chelsea grabs the landline phone and hits him over the head over and over again. Thinking he's dead, she dumps his body in the woods. But then he starts to move. Unfortunately for him, it's too late. She can't let him go. And so she kills him and resumes life as normal. There's a lot to unpack about this film. There's the idea of insecurity and how it holds you back from accomplishing achievements in your life. Aiden had been too focused on getting a girlfriend that he didn't even realize his coworker had a crush on him this entire time. Someone actually liked him for him. And she was right in front of him, but he was too focused on other things. There's also the idea of obsession and how Aiden was obsessed with the perception he created of Chelsea before he even got a chance to actually know her. And when she didn't turn out the way he envisioned, he panicked. There were a lot of comments on YouTube discussing their shock for Chelsea being the murderer or the quote-unquote bad guy, and how it was almost like a trick for them to find out that she was bad and Aiden, the socially awkward one, was actually quote-unquote good. But I want to point out that Chelsea was going to spare Aiden. I think it's really interesting how the audience was made to sympathize with Aiden. On one hand, it can be seen as him not really understanding social cues, right? He had no idea that what he was doing was weird. But on the other, it doesn't excuse him from being a little creep.